Stonepaw. Stonepaw, are you really that exhausted from gathering all of those stones to feed to Slate? You did your job. You'll become a warrior next time we have some time to work with you. For now, just relax, unwind, try not to get bitten by those potentially venomous spiders that are dancing around on the ground behind you. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another Warrior Cats Behind-the-Paws episode. So these are the episodes where we actually take a little bit of time to go ahead and show you guys how I edit the lots when it is time to edit things. And it is now summer, so it is now green leaf, and it is time to alter up the BranchClan lot. We actually won't be with BranchClan next time we record. And just so you guys know, it may be a little bit before we have regular episodes again. You guys need to check my community vlogs to find out why. But basically, since we're moving, I'm not putting series in a hiatus, but we're not going to stick to a consistent schedule until post-move. But once we do, I hope to have Warrior Cats up at least 3 to 4 times a week with at least 1 to 2 StarClan Speaks and other special bonus episodes. I plan on doing a whole bunch of episodes where maybe we'll be able to dive into cats who are a little bit more neglected lately. Like, we really want to see what's going on with Night Frost and what's happening with her. So I'm planning on doing, if you guys are interested in them, and I know you probably are actually, but I plan on doing some episodes where it'll just be like the story scenes for maybe 10-15 minutes, and we'll just kind of catch up. We might let personalities develop, so you guys will see the kits interacting. You'll be able to see what's going on with Night Frost. We'll be able to update a few plot points, and we might be able just to have some fun with it, or even use a random generator to determine if we have patrols now and then. And so we might do something where it'll be just a patrol, and we can show how the cats would react to that patrol. Or we might even start doing mini episodes, if you guys think that would be kind of interesting, where we would do those sorts of things, like go on a patrol, and it would just be like those specific cats who are on the patrol meeting with cats from another clan, or meeting with maybe rogues or strays or kitty pets. So that would be kind of interesting to do, just like miniature episodes that way, where we might not be with the whole clan. We might just be with the cats who are going on patrol for a brief period of time to gather up like X number of items, or just see what they happen to run into, or what the random generator bumps them into. So that might be kind of fun, on top of doing bonus episodes that'll be a little bit shorter and just kind of help flesh out personalities. Like I said, I probably, especially because the kits have a much higher chance of dying now, I probably would love being able to spend a little bit of time with the kits and being able to do some little stories with them. That will be just like the special episodes where it's completely story based. It's all just the role playing bits, and it's all the voiceovers. And then we can see what their personalities are like before something happens in active gameplay, and we might lose them to like a hawk coming down, or the tide coming in too fast, or like a monster, or maybe a child who like sees them and catches all the kits and takes them home forever to live as kitty pets. So there's lots of things that could happen to our kits, and I want to, and it's the truth. I mean, if you look in the Warrior Cats books, kits die a lot. Cats die a lot. It happens pretty frequently. And I am ready, even though I don't want to lose any of the little ones, I'm ready to let that happen if it's going to happen, but I don't want to neglect the characters that they could have been either. So that's why I do want to spend a little bit more time doing those little story scenes and those story videos, so that you guys can get to know them as characters before something untold may happen to them. So let me know what you guys think about that. That's kind of one of our Behind the Paws things. And for those of you who are not familiar with what the Behind the Paws episodes are, they're entirely episodes where you guys are getting the inside look on what goes on behind the scenes in the Warrior Cats challenge. And you have a lot of room to give your input on what you think random events should be, on what you think should happen to the cat and clan cats, on what you want to see in the random generators, on what you want to see in the Ghoul document library we're trying to build up. So that's that's what these episodes are for. So please no yelling like, Seri, why aren't you actually playing? That's not what the Behind the Paws episodes are for. And yes, we will have regular Warrior Cats episodes, but because I'm under a lot of stress and pressure right now, so from some personal things and from the move, like I said, you guys can go watch the update vlogs and the community vlogs if you want to understand more about why. I can't give you guys like a strict schedule on Warrior Cats just yet, but I can promise you it is at the top of my priority list for after we move to have as a regular series. I'm going to throw myself so hard into taking care of the cats and taking care of the stories and taking care of the plots and the random generators and really bringing this to life. And don't forget, like, we're going to be coming up on the end of season 1 pretty soon, and there's a big event that, as long as the meteors don't rain down down from the sky again. I have in mind to finish off season 1 as a way to shock everybody. It's a very big event, and I think it would be extremely dramatic. And yeah, there's a big event I have in mind to end with season 1 and introduce a 3rd clan and begin season 2 on. So you can expect to see more about that as we approach, I think, episode 100. I think 100 is a good cutoff point, and we'll kind of have the finale, and then we'll move into season 2. But I don't have a set schedule for these in terms of like the series ending. I kind of foresee the clans going on and on and on and on and on into the future for as long as I possibly have a channel. So just hang in there, you guys, because I think that's going to be pretty amazing. And I think it's going to be really fun to look back and remember the times where, and again, I'm talking so much because this is Behind the Paws, that's what it's meant for, but I think it's going to be really interesting to come back and look at the times where we were busy counting like every individual fish we had, and then jump 2 seasons ahead when the stories are so much more complex, and everyone will be like, do you remember Frog Kit before he became Frog Leap or whatever we're going to name him if he survives? And do you remember how he turned out like to be that dramatic cat and changed the storyline that much when that event happens? It's going to be amazing to watch as the generations go by and we develop new stories and we develop new legacies with the cats. So it's going to be awesome. Anyway, I'm rambling about that too much. So what are we doing here in BranchClan today, you ask? Well, it is summer, and so we are going to edit BranchClan so that they have different prey items, just like we edited Mossclan to reflect spring arriving. So we're going to edit BranchClan. We're going to put in some new prey items. We're going to kind of alter things. Look, there's a seagull. It's so cute. And I also want to make it more sandy. I love having all of these stone over here in the caves, but I really want to see more sand up along the beach where the cats can actually walk and where they can play in it, because whenever I'm writing and it's like so and so like shifted paws in the sand and I'm staring at like stone, it makes me sad. So first things first, let's get some sand down. Also, I will be showing you guys the behind the scenes of like how to use the cheats that I use to put items down and to make sure you have the spawners and things like that showing up. So we need to go ahead and move objects on, which lets us put objects anywhere even if they clip into things. And then we also need by debug on, and that no, I spelled it wrong, I think. By debug on. Is that it? No, it's just, I think it's just by debug. No, what? Hey. Oh, we need testing cheats enabled true first, and then by debug on. That's how you do it. There we go. And all of the spawners just appeared. So we'll be playing with those guys in just a second. Let's go ahead. No, I don't need terrain tools. I need terrain paints, and we're going for dirt and sand. There's raked sand, just normal sand. We've got hill dirt, bleach dirt, coastal sand. I guess let's try coastal sand. Let's see what it looks like. All right, we're going to make a big... it's okay. I think this sand looks nicer. So we're going to make it so that there's sand up on the beach now. And maybe I'm going to make it like a little softer. Can I make it a little bit more opaque? That would be kind of nice. We'll sort of do this. Yeah, there we go. And then we'll kind of just gently mix it in. And we'll try to blend it in a little bit better, because we want to have that sand. And then I think, what's this? This is rock. Is this what I was using? Maybe this is what I was using. So we can put like some rock up along here. And then what else was I using? This is miscellaneous. You can even have like lunar mulch. What the heck does it? We're not going to use it. That looks so weird. No, I can't imagine a time and a place where that would be right for us. That mud flat looks pretty cool. Paver crystal. Now I do know a clan. We have a 4th clan that I already have in mind. That's going to be really interesting. It'll be a long time before we start messing with them though. There we go. The fine shale. Is this the one? What is going on? I'm trying to figure out. No, it wasn't fine shale then. Was it large shale? What did I use for this area? Oh, I need a stricter... There. This is what I used for the area. So I used the shale in quite a few places. And then what else did I use? Dark limestone? What? Why is it making it like... If I put limestone down... Interesting. Why is it putting down sand first? Well, I guess I'm not going to complain. All right, there we go. That makes that area look a little bit nicer. And that kind of controls the sand a little bit. So yeah, we're making it, whoops, and let's go for like the dark sand. We are working on making it, oh, actually, let's back up a couple. That looks pretty good. There we go. There we go. And I feel happier with that. There. I wanted more sand around BranchClan. So there we go. That should do pretty good. Maybe just a teensy pinch of it over here and over here. And we'll keep this, the mossy little nursery that we have. Now I'm trying to figure out, I think the cats should have to go and collect things, but we definitely need to make it easier for them to find things to collect in order to make new moss beds. So that'll be a thought that I'll have to deal with in the future. Oh, and by the way, I moved the flower over. There was a sulfur flower that popped up near the front of our lot. And I said that Stonepaw brought it back for his mom. So I went ahead and I put it into the nursery to show that he brought it back for Dawnstep, who stays in the nursery pretty much 24/7. All right, so yes, it is summer in BranchClan, and we're going to change up what kind of prey items are available. They never really have these small birds show up, like, ever. And there's some scarab beetles that have spawned. Beetles are kind of a common theme. But really, we're going to take some of the beetle, not the spider spawner away. I want to put the spider spawner inside the caves, but it actually doesn't work if I put it inside the caves, because then they can't reach the spiders and it's so frustrating. So I'll just, well, maybe I'll put it over here. And then what we can do is you can, once things spawn, you can actually move the animals that spawn. So if they get stuck under something and a cat is constantly trying to like catch a snake that's stuck under a tree, you can actually go in with the by debug mode on, and you can move the thing out from under the tree to an area where they can reach. Like these spiders, they can currently reach. This pill bug we can put over here, but they'll still be able to reach. Same with the scarab beetle. And then it is summer now over in BranchClan. And so BranchClan has had a really easy winter. They had a decent spring. The times when things get very dangerous and difficult in BranchClan are summer and autumn, to kind of be the flip side of when things are easiest for Mossclan. Mossclan has usually a really great spring until the meteors arrive. Apparently that's meteor season. And then in summer and autumn, they have a lot of birds in the summer because the birds are busy nesting and having like babies everywhere. And they have a lot of rodents in the autumn because the rodents are going around eating all of the berries. And I guess I should be saying rodents in leaf fall and birds in green leaf. But you guys know what I mean. All right, so that's when Mossclan has a great time. BranchClan is about to really start struggling, and I'm going to show you guys why. Because we are going to be popping over, and you can find right here, see this debug? You need to come over to sort by function and then debug, and then here are all of your spawners. And summertime, when the rocks and the sands of BranchClan's coast are nice and hot, that is when a lot of very dangerous creatures start showing up. So we're actually going to go for, I think it's under gardening spawners. Those are seed spawners, fish spawners. The fish spawners have more than just the fish spawners. Yeah, here are the large bird spawners. And I'm going to put down a large bird. I've never seen a large bird spawner actually spawn a large bird, but I'm going to put down a large bird. And if a large bird shows up, then we have to roll to see if it took one of the kits or not. And we have to roll if it did come to take one of the kits to see if a adult cat is even present. Like whoever is going to be closest is going to be the one who might try fighting it. And if that cat is super strong, like BranchClan, and has a life to lose and attempt to save the kit, then they might fight it. And if the cat is super weak, like say Dawnstep, who has no fighting ability because she's kind of missing something very integral to it. Apparently the bird feathers are making me sneeze. Sorry about that. But Dawnstep, for instance, can't really do a lot of hunting because she doesn't have any claws. And if you guys don't know that by almost 100 episodes, then I'm sorry, I spoiled it. All right. But yeah, that's going on for BranchClan. So if a bird shows up, we're going to have to roll the random generator to see if it steals a kit or not. If it does, we'll roll again to see which kit. And if it does steal a kit, we'll roll again to see if a cat has the opportunity to fight it. And then again to see if the cat is even able to defeat the bird. And that's 4 random generators right there for one event. And that is why I will start no longer telling you guys when I roll the generators. I will just show you the story results. And you're just going to have to trust me that I rolled probably a absolute bazooka ton, of generators in the background. And I just didn't want to tell you guys, okay, I rolled to see if the kit even got picked up by the bird. And then I rolled to see which kit it was. And then I rolled to see which cat it was. And then I rolled to see if the cat was able to attack the bird. And then I rolled to see what injuries the cat it may have had, and then injuries for the kit. And then I rolled to see if maybe everybody got to eat the bird and have a boost of their health. And yeah, that's 7 generators right there for one event. So I'm not going to tell you guys that anymore. I'm just going to do a cutscene, show you the results, and you're going to have to trust me that it wasn't so much for a story thing that I did. It was just, I'm showing you the story that was the result of what the random generators were. Because that's just kind of, oh, what's the word for it? It's a pain in the rump for you guys. It's a pain in the rump for me to spend 7 minutes explaining how the generators worked, and it's a pain in the rump for you guys to have to sit through that. So from now on, I'm just going to start kind of rolling the generators and building the story with it, and you guys will just have to trust me that there's a whole slew of mathematics going on in the background. So that's that speech, just to give you guys a heads up for what's going on there. And let's go ahead and get to work. So we're going to have large birds show up, but they are not the biggest danger that's actually going to be part of the clan. We're going to have lizards start showing up more often. So I'm going to put down some lizards. And actually, you want to be careful when you put down these spawners. Like you're like, oh, I want the lizards to kind of like show up over here. Well, you're probably going to have to put the spawner over here, because if I put the spawner over here, it's going to spawn a lizard inside of this rock. And then I can't reach it. And then we run into the problem with keeping the spiders over here, and then there you get stuck over here, and then you have to move them. But if you put the spawner over here, anywhere inside of the circle is where they might pop up. So it's worth it just to kind of put them over there. All right, and it looks like right here we have a snake spawner. So snake spawner, but we have not had a lot of snakes. And actually, that's a good thing, because that, my friends, that is actually the thing that shows up the most in BranchClan during the summer is snakes. Snakes start showing up absolutely everywhere. So I'm going to be putting down like snake spawner after snake spawner. I think we're going to have like a total of 5 or 6. And that's a ton of snake spawners. And they're all over the place. And that's because BranchClan really struggles with snakes, tremendously with snakes and reptiles and large birds coming out in the summer. And there's kind of a danger there. If the snake is a brightly colored snake, what we're going to say is during the summer, and this may not be true all year, but at least during the summer, if they show up in BranchClan, we have to try to fight that snake. And so if we fight that snake and we don't have a cat who has the ability to catch the snake every single time, because don't forget, there is a lifetime or there is like a challenge, skill challenge reward that the cats could get that would make it so that they would always catch the snake. So say Quail Eye, who has almost died repeatedly multiple times to the point where it's going to start affecting like his long-term health and skills. Quail Eye is very close to getting that Slither Stalker. He has caught 6 snakes so far, and you need to catch a combination of 20 lizards, snakes, and turtles. So if he can just catch, let's see, he's got turtles, so he's got 9 between the snakes and the turtles. He's only got 10, so he's only halfway there. He's not even I thought he was a much better snake hunter than that, and he's not. But if a cat can successfully catch the brightly colored snake, they don't have to roll to see if they got bit. If they do not successfully catch the brightly colored snake, then we do have to roll to see if they got bit. And I'm actually going to add kind of a story twist to it. Where we're going to see if the kits might run into it. So what we might do, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this, so I have to think about it. If the cat fails to catch the snake, I wonder, should we roll for the cat or should we roll to see if one of the kits potentially got bit? I don't know. I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to do that. Basically, what I'm trying to say is if a brightly colored snake shows up, what I might do is I might have a random generator. And again, you guys aren't going to know about this because I'll just have it playing in the background, so you don't have to sit there and think about all the math that's going on. But I might have a random generator that will determine if a kit got curious and wandered up and may be interacting with and or being bitten by that snake. So we may have a random generator that does that. And then we also have to always, at least during the summer, try to get rid of those snakes. So, I'm going to have to figure out how we're going to do that in a balanced way. So give me time to think about that, but I'm introducing the idea here at least, and maybe you guys will be able to help me decide, like, should we have the brightly colored snake spawn, and then I roll a generator to see if the kits bumped into it? And if they do bump into it, does that remove the snake? Or should the snake spawn, and if I don't attack it with a warrior, then that's when it has a chance of biting one of the kits? Because, I mean, what's the point of having the strong warriors if the kit is always going to have the risk of getting bit every time it shows up? Like, the warrior should have the opportunity to remove the snake first. So I think if they... Yeah, I think what we'll do, brightly colored snake spawns. Then one of the warriors can go fight it. If one of the warriors fails to defeat it, then I will roll to see... if either the warrior will probably have a higher chance of getting bit, but there'll also be an opportunity where one of the kits may have gotten bit, or even one of the other cats. I think that would introduce a new element to it. What do you guys think about that? We may have like a warrior go ahead and try to tackle that snake, and if they fail to catch a brightly colored snake, so we're saying it's venomous, then we'll say that that cat... that somebody in the clan has to be bitten. And maybe it's a 70% chance that it was the cat who attacked the snake, but maybe for the story purposes, another cat was somehow involved. And I think we'll do that. I think for the story purposes, we'll say maybe another cat was involved. There'll be a 30% chance that it was another cat, and then we'll use a generator to pick which cat that may have been. And that could be an interesting way to develop unexpected relationships. Like, what if Stonepaw is just taking a nap, and then a snake shows up, and then that, like, he comes over and tries to defeat the snake, and he doesn't get it, and then we roll the generator, and he wasn't the one bit. What if, like, Glowkit was wandering by and got bit by the snake, and that's why Stonepaw, like, attacked it? So that sounds a little complicated, and that's exactly why I'm not going to tell you guys about the random generators anymore. I'm just going to introduce the scene, because instead of you guys having to go, wait, what's going on with the random generators, it would just be like, sudden cutscene. And it would be like, Stonepaw was taking a nap under a bush. When he heard the kittens walk by, he glanced over and saw Glowkit. Glowkit didn't see the slithering, like, viper hiding in the sands, and it lunged for him. Sandpaw, like, tried to rescue him, but he wasn't fast enough in time, and Glowkit was bitten by the snake. We now must go to Bearglow and see if we have enough of the pufferfish to remove the venom, or if he's going to survive or not. So yeah, see, that's what you guys get. The nice, easy, boiled down story that you don't have to think too much about. And I will handle all of the complicated random generators in the background. So that's one of the big shifts I want to see, because I feel like I spend way too much time talking about the generators in actual gameplay. And I'm just going to roll with it, take care of the generators in the background, and you guys will just have to trust that it wasn't me. It was the random generators creating the story, because that's how I play. All right, so we added sand, we added snakes, we added some reptiles, we added a bird, and I babbled for forever, but we got the basics of what I was really shooting for done. And I think, what else do I want to alter around here? I've been feeling like I need to change things up a little bit. What do I want to get rid of? I think I'm going to go ahead. The problem is these are really good summer color flowers. All right, let's take a quick peek at what is in our potential supply for plants. Like heather shrub. Oh, actually, what? Why do you look so good, heather shrub? That actually looks like a really good sand plant, doesn't it? That does look kind of like, okay, we'll say that these guys are blooming, because this does kind of look like something you would expect to find at the beach. So these will just temporarily bloom during the summer, because those are kind of nice. And then we'll say that these pretty things that I'm sort of addicted to, that they're done. We'll say these only bloom like in cold weather for some reason, so they'll show up in bare leaf. Whoops. They'll show up in bare leaf. There you go. And we'll put you here and you here. These are pretty. I like them. And then maybe this guy will be done blooming. This red azalea. I feel like it would be done blooming. And we'll add some of the heather in here instead. And then maybe a little bush to like represent... Okay, too much heather. Maybe I want just the tiniest pinch of heather in the nursery. And yeah, like I said, I'm trying to figure out, I think I want the challenge of like moss needing to be collected for the moss beds, but I just need to figure out like how we're going to do that. Like 2 or 3 flowers turns into a moss bed. Maybe some other plants turns into a moss bed too. All right, so we'll figure that out. All right, and then I'm going to grab this little boxwood, and we'll say that's the azalea plant that has kind of like gone through its time. All right, and then maybe I will actually take out the purple heather. There we go. And kind of swap it out. Yeah, those look summery. I like that. All right, maybe I will remove the purple heather. I don't know. The purple heather seems like the perfect thing to grow in the darkness of the caves. So I think I'll leave more or less the interior of the caves alone. And I think that Bearglow, actually, he gets some more ferns. because the ferns are growing very well in his shadows. All right, and we'll add some more ferns over here. Yeah, the ferns are actually growing really, really well in his cave, so he gets more ferns. Poor Dogaze, she gets a destroyed medicine den, and Bear Glow just gets like more ferns and more bushes to make him more mysterious. And poor Dogaze, meanwhile, she gets nothing. She gets a destroyed den. That's what she got. All right, we'll kind of tuck this over here. Maybe tuck this guy over here. I kind of really like putting these like sticking out of the rocks. Because again, Bear Glow's area is meant to be very, very shaded. So we'll put those down. All right. And then anything else? I feel like there should be more, but really as a cave lot, there's not a lot that changes from day to day or season to season even for BranchClan when compared to Mossclan, which really sort of sees the flow, the ebb and flow of the seasons a little bit heavier. Now, what would be interesting actually, let me go ahead and we're going to repair that. And then, yes, I do know that several of you, including one really, really awesome person, has actually sent links to new downloads for the Sims so that I can download like new objects for the cats to be able to scratch on. So we will be working on that too. Man, I love taking care of the seasonal stuff for our Sims. Isn't it just really cool to see like the changing ebb and flow of the seasons? I really do like that. I really do like the summer looking so cool. I kind of want to remove these bushes over here. So we'll go ahead and remove those. But yes, a lot of you have sent like more links to downloads that I can use for like pet items like scratching posts that actually look like trees. So that'll be really cool. And what would be really interesting is if I could add in like a bunch of litter all over the ground. And that actually would be really interesting. Can I add in litter and then have like somehow... You know, we might add in, one of the things we'll put in for BranchClan, I think, for the summer, is that the two legs are extremely full of, like they're littering the beaches right now and it's washing down to camp. So I wonder if we should do something like with their health or if we should do something with those empty chip bags. That would be kind of cool. Let me know if you guys have some ideas about that because that would be kind of cool to add in somehow. All right, and I think I'm going to grab... this guy. No, don't zoom in. This guy right here. There we go. To fill in that space. Alright, and how are we looking now, BranchClan? Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Alright, good, good, good. Good, good, good. I think I might grab... well, that looks pretty good as like little cloud or little cave cover there. The vivid roses. I think I'll remove for now. Azaleas. I guess I could leave the azaleas for now. I do like it when everything looks like it changed a little bit during... There's a bunch of lavender. There's a bunch of semi-roses. Here's Chinese lantern plant. That would be interesting. I do like it when it looks like the seasons have actually changed on each of the lots. So, okay, we'll remove the red azaleas as well. Maybe? What do you guys think? That's a little bare. The problem is Sims 3 doesn't have very many plants to choose from. I have a very short list of plants that I'm able to use here. Alright, huckleberry bushes, boxwood shrubs, this burley thing, a banana... Well, banana leaf would be appropriate for, I guess, like a coastal beach area. You know, that actually looks kind of cool. I'll put down a banana leaf. Just maybe one. Alright, and then we'll play with it as time goes on. We'll play with it. And I might see if there's a way to add a chance of, like, a lot of litter showing up on the lot. So we'll see how that goes. And actually, I will get rid of that. And maybe this purple heather? And maybe add in, like, if not the heather shrub, don't I have, like, not water lilies? I'm pretty sure Chinese water lilies, more water lilies. I'm pretty sure the pampas grass. Hey, now, that actually is pretty cool. All right, yeah, let's go ahead and put this guy everywhere. He's sprung up like a daisy. And he's, like, decorating in the area. What's over here? Whatever you are, I'm going to remove you. Little tiny thing and replace you with this. So take that. We've got this big old giant grass that just sprung up out of the ground. I like it. That's looking a lot better, and it does look like we had a season shift and a season change here. All right, and anything inside, I think the interior is pretty much good to go. We did majorly decrease the number of gems, and that's okay because they're spawning very, very infrequently now. And we'll kind of leave that inside here because the gems spawn a lot more actively in the winter, and that's when this place is just full of gemstones and makes it easy to keep the fish population coming on in. All right, that's enough rambling from me. Oh my goodness, sorry about that, you guys, but I really was able to organize a lot of my thoughts when it comes to the Warrior Cats Challenge. Like I said, I intend intend to follow this challenge for generations, and the plots are immensely out of my hands with the random generators, but instead of trying to drown you guys in information about those random generators, from now on, I'm just going to start putting the story together, and you guys are going to have to trust me that I used a bunch of random generators to decide what would happen. Also, there we go. BranchClan in the summer. There's all sorts of new threats and all sorts of new territory to explore, so it should be a lot of fun. If you guys have ideas on how to handle the snake thing, on how to handle maybe random event risk of having a bunch of two-leg litter and trash show up, and how would the cats interact with that and how would they deal with it, then let me know, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye!